Good. Excellent.
Okay. We are recording.
Hello, wonderful you lot watchers, and welcome back to the super mega happy fun time back to Thursday stream.
Yeah!
Woo, Thursday.
Woo,
Thursday again already. That seems like it's gone by so quickly.
No, it doesn't. It feels like it's been forever.
No, for me it's gone like that.
Yeah.
It has definitely been a Thursday. Oh god, it's so long till the next one.
It feels like that, yeah. It's just gone. I was like, this morning, a friend was like, oh, you're playing today? And I was like, oh, yes, I am.
I knew what day it was. It's this day.
I remembered.
Yeah.
Thank you. I've been planning all week for what Jekyll was going to do.
Yes.
I just remembered what day it is by what I'm making for dinner.
The sell by dates
pretty much how I go.
Yeah. Monday I will make burgers. Tuesday I will make pork.
I mean, yesterday I was convinced it was Tuesday, and then I got told it wasn't. I was like, what?
Yeah. I had a weekend like that. I was very confused all week, wasn't it? I was like, we can't go shopping today, Johnny, because the shops have closed at 4. I was like,
babe,
it's Friday.
Time has lost all meaning. There is only yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Yes.
Very true. Right. Is sound coming through okay? Anyone who's watching? Because we've not really done a sound test. Because I'm useless. Shout at me if it's not. Okay. Here we go. Announcements. I've done nothing. I'm really sorry.
The nagging was ineffective.
Work.
I mean, we
tried so hard.
Work was. I had like 2 really tough days at work. Like properly ball-breakingly very tough. And I needed some time off.
But it's fine. I still don't have a character concept down, so you take your time.
So I'm going to try and catch up with getting episodes uploaded and doing some stuff this weekend and then doing some planning. So that will be good.
Well, the fact that you haven't uploaded any episodes did motivate me to get the Discord sorted, so it would be just you looking bad today. So we have a Discord channel now.
Do you want to link the Discord?
Yeah.
Yes, link it.
Can we?
Put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the chat. I'll also I'll post it up on Facebook.
Sounds good.
Everyone can have a little chin wag.
Yeah. Right. So, you were just arrived back in Valaki. You'd come down the mountain and met with your best pal ever, Sky Dancer, and and Sir Istevald, the Purple Knight. You made your way down the old Valaki road, but decided to go the off-road way. While you went past the old tower, you investigated it briefly and discovered that the body of Gabriel, had gone missing and was no longer where you left it. You looked in the ruins of the tower, and Constance was able to find the leg of Esmeralda, and investigating the area around it, you discovered you're not sure what happened to her, but there was some scrape marks from claws. You double-timed under the plan that anything that was going to attack you is far too stupid, because you've got 2 knights with you, and made it back to Valaki. Night had just fallen, and you got back to see people along all of the walls in defence of the town. Every commoner and peasant that you had seen, every man-at-arms, seemed to be on the walls. As you went round, there was cheers coming from the people as you arrived back. Sky Dancer reared back onto her back feet, and Sir Istevald gave a cry to the heavens. Jakul glowed. Glued.
Seems right.
I shall glued, please. Jakul glowed with divine beauty. For any who looked towards him, you'd never seen him look so radiant. There was something angelic to him. And
Especially
as the
when he was
doors...
balancing that bucket on his head.
Well, balancing a bucket on his head, yes. And while the cheers and the banging of pots and pans and makeshift weapons rang out into the night, the gates were opened, and as you went in, cartwheeling and tumbling down from the wall to land on the floor before you, was the great Rictavio, this jester of a man that you'd seen a few times. Standing about 5'6", maybe slightly taller. But it's hard to say. He's not a man who stands up tall and proud. Wearing bright coloured clothing, but more of that of like a carnival master rather than a clown. A big smile across his face, and you've met him before, where he plays the fool and had tumbled and caught things and juggled, and Brom and Bray adored him. Thinking back after seeing him again, you had been told that he hadn't been seen for at least a week or so by Berwyn, and that the boys were upset because they were missing him. But now here he stands in front of you. As you see... everyone give me a investigation. Or no,
what's the passive?
Anything to like sense emotion or perception.
Insight.
Insight?
My passive perception is 18. Insight.
19.
10.
You're not very good at reading emotions, though, are
No.
you?
Yeah, it'd be like, I've seen this emotion, but I don't really know what it means.
Well, I'm not.
That is definitely an emotion.
No, that's investigation. They wanted insight.
And anyone over 15 tell me their roll, please?
19.
Oh, nice.
Is it investigation or insight that you wanted?
I think insight.
Sorry, I did perception.
25.
Is that all right?
I don't know what's going on, but I rolled 15.
We're just rolling things. Everybody roll.
I rolled a good number.
Just roll and say numbers.
20.
Rolled
Pleased to meet you.
Number Wang.
That's a number, Wang.
Jackal, you definitely see it red. What did you get?
On insight, I got
Yeah.
16.
Okay, not too bad. Anyone else above 15?
I got 15. Not above.
25.
20, what was that?
25.
Oh, he's the master.
You would see, as Rictavio kind of sees you, this big smile, very practiced, is across his face. It's very welcoming and warm, but also the hint of mischievousness to it. Ah, the adventurers have returned. Excellent. I've missed... And as you see, he fixes eyes on Bronwyn and almost stops dead in his tracks for a second as you see the smile drop. And then with practiced skill, it comes back. And you'd notice that very much with a 25. Jakul with a 19, you would notice about that much detail as well. You'd know it was when he looks at Bronwyn. Those on 15s and 16s, he loses like his track of what's going through while he's talking to you. It's like he's distracted and there's other things going on in his mind. And Red, when you've seen this guy perform, he was kind of like a master of misdirection and things like that. So it strikes as being unusual for you, for sure. And same for you, Jekyll. From what you'd seen of this guy, was like everything, all of his tricks were an elaborate ploy. He was the long game gag guy. From like the tricks you saw him pull in the Blue Water Inn and stuff like that were all about the long gag. It wasn't like yes, it was slapstick humor, but it was the long gag slapstick humor. As he regains his composure again. And not a moment too soon. Welcome back to Valaki. And he gives a very low to the ground with his nose almost grazed in the floor bow and brings himself up. And as he does that, there's a large cheer coming from the people on the walls.
What is Bronwyn's face doing at this point?
She's just kind of like fixed him with like a really steely, unimpressed face. But, yeah. She is like you've seen it from when she's been like fighting things. Like that's that same kind of like ranger, like you are my entire attention fix.
Let's see. Pipes up again. Well, now the prodigal adventurers are here. Surely we can all leave the wall. As he looks over to Vargas. No, we stay.
Surely we can all leave the wall.
I think it might be
It's
safer
nighttime.
for at least some people
Yeah.
to stay on the wall, considering we will probably need to sleep.
We have
Be up all night.
we will need to rest. We've brought a lot of silver with us. For
As soon as he mentions silver, Hunter will just drop the bag of silver in the front of the feet of the Burgermeister.
Yeah, spill some out on the floor.
Just no, like the two bags just drop.
Okay.
There's got to have been more constructive places to leave that.
Yeah.
There were, but
So,
yeah.
there should be
Istavold.
plenty of silver.
We bring things that will help us in the defense of this town, hopefully.
Istavold pipes up. My name is Sir Istavold of the Purple Dragons. I'm new to this land called Barovia, but I have come from Kresk and secured their borders. It would be my honor if you let me defend your walls this night.
On your own?
No, you fool.
Good.
I shall have Sky Dancer with me.
Right.
Yes. Of course.
You really are a towering pillar of self-confidence, aren't you?
Surely, first of all, you would like to get some rest as well, as we intend to rout out these werewolves sometime soon. Do not want
Tomorrow.
you flagging. Yes.
Perhaps we shall see how many I meet in the field this evening.
Perhaps we could put a rota in place so that we do not to get too exhausted.
Yes, of course, you make that rota. I'll come back for it.
Of course.
This is definitely one of the stranger conversations I've been involved in recently. Baron Vargas, how have things been while we've been away?
As you ask him, he just looks over his shoulder down the main central road to the centre of town. And you can see coffin after coffin after coffin, at first made, and then it's just boxes, and then it's just stones, and then it's just bodies lying out in the field around the centre of town, the crossroads.
Right.
They held. We held.
Well, we've brought you as much silver as we could carry, Baron. We hope that your blacksmiths will find use for it in covering arrowheads and spears and swords.
You can see he really seems a different man to when you left him. He's got the weight of these people on him. And as you look up to the walls, you can see all of these eyes looking down at you. The various tailors, people you'd walk past in the streets, one of the criers, some of the guards, some of the very young guards as well, they're sort of citizens' levy. You can take a moment to just absorb their weapons, and you remember what you were fighting against and how hard it must have been for these guys.
So the werewolves have been attacking each night, or has it been a variety or something else?
A mixture. Some witches came. I think they could sense we were weak.
Well,
some werewolves, but then they left. I think they went for something else. Some undead, some bats. We held.
Okay.
Which way is the blacksmith?
You've been there or near it before. So down the centre of town and a left. So going east. You've got the kind of the tanners, and then near the tanners is the blacksmith.
Okay.
We should drop these off as soon as possible.
Yes.
Thank you.
Weapons.
How many of us actually have weapons capable of hurting werewolves?
I think all of us in our group do now.
But silver would always be helpful.
I think being able to silver any extra weapons we have would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Let's go and get that sorted. I could do with some more arrows.
Silver
I'm
arrows.
not going anywhere just yet.
Why?
Ah, you have decided to see me off into the night and Sky Dancer. Thank you. Constance! As he just gives a nod from his horse and a hand across his chest.
She repeats the nod.
As he... anyone who's a trained horseman, you would see he doesn't... There's no stirrups, there's no guiding the horse. Sky Dancer literally just turns and knows the time as this Shire horse-style war horse turns on the muddy streets of Valaki and starts making their way out to the north. Vargas shouts, "Open the gates!" And there's a bit of complaining from some of the locals there who have literally just got past closing it again. You see them struggling with this large wooden bar across it as they're prying it up. But they get it open as you see Istavold in his semi-ornate but well-fitted for him plate. But all of you would see there's a lot more scrapes and dents in it than there was.
Is he always like that?
I do not know him well, but what I remember, yes.
I think so.
I assume he is.
Is he as good as he thinks he is?
Bronwyn knows him best.
I've yet.
She's not listening to any of you.
Yeah, I'll turn to Bronwyn and just like I'm expecting a comment.
Better.
Yes.
You see he leaves the door and the lance comes up and you can see him like pumping the lance up and down as he rides around one of the walls, and as he does the people are just all applauding this man as he's outside as the door is then firmly locked behind him.
Wonderful.
Bronwyn?
She's
Everyone give
blinkers
me.
on.
Everyone give me a perception.
All right. It's gonna go well.
You are perceptive, aren't you?
I am perceptive.
9.
And also, if it's is this like to do with sound or smell?
Listening.
Smells
Listening.
delicious.
This
listening.
someone out.
22.
Cool.
14.
What did you not roll?
Ooh.
21.
24.
21's in there as well, was there? No, because.
Yeah.
22.
There's a 1.
And there's Constance.
I'm helping.
You did just ask for a 1.
Who got over 20?
Yeah.
Hunter did.
Am I aware that we're in Vallaki?
Yeah. Constance is still watching every now and again. This little flag with a purple dragon just like pops up around the walls. What's Constance thinking when she sees that guy? So Istavold.
He's what every young paladin wants to be.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that he's lived that long because most of them don't. And that if he's lived that long, he must be bloody good at what he does.
Yeah. As the crowd kind of dies down and Vargas isn't really sure what to do at the moment, you can see, almost staring at each other, but the great Rictavio with this big practiced smile on his face is keeping eyes on Bronwyn. And those with over... What did you get, 21, Red?
21.
You hear... You don't see his mouth move, but you hear in a voice coming from near him. He says, "Not now, you stupid little bitch. Not now." But his mouth literally is in a smile like the classic ventriloquist smile, and as you look, you see his throat just tremble.
Win?
1 second. Hunter, you see the same. You see the throat, but then your eyes are drawn to his hands, and one of his hands is inside his sleeve.
Who are you talking to? Because if you're calling me a little bitch, I'll rip out your throat out.
So blunt.
He's not talking to you, Hunter.
Shall we all go to the Blue Water Inn?
Yes.
Sure.
Is the Blue Water Inn not shut?
That's been taken over by someone, I assume.
He kind of pretends to pat himself down, and as he does, like, out of the other side, as he's patting down this side, then he catches, and then he just sort of jangles some keys. I seem to have found the keys for it, so we should be fine.
Really?
I'd rather sleep in there than outside.
Yeah, fair enough. We know the place. And then we would like to dump off the silver to the blacksmith, though.
That's in more or less the same direction, Jekyll.
Yes.
Very well. We can pop in the blacksmith on the way then.
As they're walking, Red is going to very deliberately make sure she is stood between him and Bronwyn, just in case.
I am unaware of what is going on. I'll go to Vargas and try to bring him with us and like fill him in on what we've been doing and let him know all the goodies that we've brought back with him to try and help with us to help.
Is someone wearing the crown at the moment?
No,
the crown.
I've got it.
You've got it. Are you wearing
I've got it.
What have you done with that massively expensive scepter? Has anyone got that out?
I think it was in like one of the bags.
So you're not
Nothing
showing the
is
Werewolf.
I
Yeah. Shyish and sheepishly at the back is Casimir and Patrina. and it's not until you really start moving that you hear the.
I mean, I'm still on it. I'm still on it.
Let you into the gates.
It proves it's a friend. It's Red riding a stone column.
And then the golem makes its way in with them.
Yeah.
Bronwyn would sort of follow Victavio, but if you're watching her, like she is so close behind him, and like there's a hand almost like it looks like she's ready to grab him at any second if he does anything remotely Victavio-ish.
Okay. You're making your way across the town and down the main street. As you get to the centre, there must be the best part of 75 corpses, if not more, in the middle. They've not been able to make their way out. The chapel has fallen. You can see the tower now is completely off. You remember it was at a jaunty angle as you look to the west. You can see now it is all but destroyed.
Can I still feel the consecration, or is that worn away?
Not from this range. If you got a bit closer, maybe.
Is it like, I'll kind of give word to say I'm going to just check on the chapel. I'll be back to join you, and I'll kind of jog off in that direction to kind of check.
Yeah. Perfect. Should we do the blacksmith team first?
Yes.
You make your way. The blacksmith is still working, and you can hear the telltale signs of the blacksmith tinging away on their anvil, even at this late hour. As you go in, it's like an open blacksmith with a small forge and some bellows. A voice echoes out. Not a mature, firm voice, but a younger voice. Please, I need it hotter, please. As you go in, it's a youngish guy. Maybe 19, maybe 20. Human, male. He's got light stubble to him, but it's patchy. You can see him freely sweating. He's not the big, gruff, muscle-bound blacksmith.
Is he the only one in there?
And he's the only one in there, and you can see, and then your eyes look round, you can see that there's probably a youngish girl pumping the sort of main bellows, and she looks absolutely exhausted.
I'd take over the bellows instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look up. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Are we all passing it, or have we split up?
I think
I just jogged off to the church.
Yeah. So it's like an open brick building. It's not huge, and he's working away at spearheads.
Okay.
I'll have given whatever silver I had carrying on me to.
Yeah, sure.
Before I left.
I'll start unloading the silver into whatever space there is in the place, and just
Vargas,
getting as much of it.
As you're kind of not being paid attention to, Vargas. Adric, lad. As he looks round, you can see wariness in his eyes, in his shoulders, in his body. As he looks around to you. Vargas. I've done my best. It will. As he then, his eyes adjust as he looks round to you. You take a second to look him over. You can see the skin on his hammer hand in various places is burnt up. Looks like incredibly bad eczema, that kind of on his elbow and these kind of areas. He's got these big metal tongs in the other, where he's holding the sort of arrowheads and spearheads in place and hammering them. The younger girl is already kind of slumped against the wall in the corner and just sat there now, as she just looks up with vacant eyes. What's this?
We heard you needed silver.
It would help, definitely.
Do you have any crucibles? Is it metal?
Yeah,
thing.
I once across there's like the cups and there's some other tongs and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll grab whichever is the biggest and sturdiest looking of them and start just putting the handfuls of coins into it. And then pick it up with some tongs and put it into the fire, into the furnace.
Yeah. Taking a second and looking at his work and looking at the burns on him, you are going to guess this is not a super experienced blacksmith.
Yeah, clearly.
Arrowheads would be the best option here.
Yes.
We can tip everything that they've already done.
I'm doing my best, Vargas. Aye, lad. Keep it up. We're counting on you, Independent. If you need anything, let me know. We'll be through this storm before you know it. Vargas's voice carries a small amount of power.
On the walls, were there any drabs?
Any
drabs on the walls?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
How much use they would be, you're not sure.
Yeah, sure.
From what you've seen of them, yeah. He takes a big drink from a big clay cup and washes it down and just looks at just the quantity of silver you've dropped on him. And then his eyes kind of reach yours and he looks round. Where did all this come from?
Well,
we're adventurers. We find things like this.
There was hidden treasure. It's no longer hidden. Now it's here.
Its previous owners are long dead and don't need it.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't suppose any of you are trained blacksmiths as well?
I'm not trained. I have made weapons before, but very simple ones.
I was one of the apprentices before he was... Hey lad, don't you worry about that. What's done is done. You did your best. Yes. Burgermeister, Baron Vargas. So, arrowheads.
Maybe spear tips.
Yeah. Let's get to forging. You start emptying silver into crucibles and melting stuff. Who wants to stay with the blacksmith?
I will stay with the blacksmith because
Red will help, yeah.
Athletics wise, I reckon I can do the bellows for a bit. But also I have got the abilities of alchemist. So using silver coating stuff I think would be...
Yeah, you can help. Like taking things and dipping.
Like making silvered weapons is a memory that he is getting brought back from Gabriel.
Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Who else wants to stay with the blacksmith?
Red, well, she's obviously had to make her own weapons before.
Yeah.
So she knows a little bit on what works, but not in a professional way.
No, you can be of assistance for sure. Anyone else?
Constance will make the plan to come back later when the others are too tired to continue.
Okay, cool.
Elian isn't going to stay, but he will cast Enhance Ability on the blacksmith to enhance his constitution.
Nice.
Before Constance leaves, Red will telepathically communicate with her and say, keep an eye on Bronwen and the clown.
Okay. She says out loud to nobody in particular.
Okay.
What's okay?
Nothing. I'm sure it's fine.
Right, let's get to it then.
Fills me with confidence.
Aye, lad, you lead. As he just starts in the bellows.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys in the blacksmith carry on. Those who aren't staying in the blacksmith, what do you do?
We go to the blue water.
Steering Rictavia towards the blue water. Yeah.
Yeah. You make your way in, and he opens the front door, or the side door, sorry. And will starts making his way in that back way straight into the kitchen, using the keys.
Yeah, I'm following him.
Yeah. Feels empty. A lot of the equipment has been taken. It was, a week ago probably, that you helped Erwin, probably 5 days ago. You helped Erwin and Danica leave to go back to the Wizards of Wine. You now make your way once more as some lanterns are lit. There's an emptiness to the Blue Water Inn. As he makes his way to the front door and takes the bar off and unlocks the front door as well. Doesn't seem like anyone's really been in here since you left. Not as in big groups of people, maybe a few people have passed through, but it looks very similar to how it was when you left it.
So, who do we have with us?
Casimir and Petrina.
Oh, we've still got them as well.
The golem is outside the front door.
Good.
I hope so.
I will turn to Casimir and Petrina. Petrina, may I offer you hospitality until the wedding preparations are completed?
Oh my god, I've got to do her accent. What was it?
It was like soft Russian.
Soft Russian.
Russian.
Yes, that would be wonderful, thank you.
There are some skilled dressmakers in town who I'm sure would be delighted to help with your wedding dress for your upcoming nuptials.
Of course, it will be quite an event.
Yes. Have you chosen a matron of honor yet? I say, kind of subtly inclining my head towards Constance.
Matron of honor?
She gestures towards Bronwyn.
Oh, right, okay. Also a very laudable choice. Why don't I show the pair of you upstairs to a room? I'm sure you must be tired.
No, we are fine for now. Some food would be nice.
Is there much in the kitchen?
Casimir.
I say, looking at Rictavia.
Yes, I'll have a look. Excellent. As he makes his way through and gives a slightest of nods towards Bronwyn.
Has he gone through into the? Has he left the kitchen? Okay. Oh yeah, I'll follow. Yeah.
Casimir.
Someone tie those two together while I wasn't looking.
Light fire for us all, would you? Yes. And Casimir makes his way over and starts piling some wood up. And then, before you know what's happening, there's a crackling fire. So he's invoked some magic. Anyone else go through to the kitchen?
Yes, actually. Is there any water in there? Any jugs or
Yeah, jugs and bits and bobs like that, and there's a little well nearby, just out the back door, so you'd be able just to bury some water in without too much trouble.
Okay,
It's not exactly spring water, but it's cold to the taste.
that's fine.
As you're kind of travelling through Constance, the great Rictavio is making quite a big show of looking for food in here.
Are there any empty bottles in the room? In any part of the... Okay, I'll grab as many of them as I can carry, and bring them through and put them on the bar, and then with a jug of water, I will sort of half full each bottle, and plug it if I possibly can, and then sit down and start the ceremony, the spell ceremony, which every hour I can create 1 vial of holy water.
Nice, cool.
I will make sure that I'm out of Constance's way by leaning up against the wall next to the kitchen door and keeping my ear open.
One second. I need a book.
And I hand half of them over to Yakul as well, because as a cleric, he can.
I'm not there.
He still hasn't.
Oh, he's not there. Where is he?
Jakul.
He went off to check the church.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry. I
disappeared.
forgot that we were split 3 ways, not 2. Right.
Anian will also just nudge the kitchen door ever so slightly so that it's not fully closed.
Okay.
Isn't ceremony the one where you can do a wedding ceremony as well?
Yeah, I can do.
Could you
I can
officiate
do
Strahd's wedding?
atonement, blessed water, coming of age, dedication, funeral rite, or wedding.
So we know who's officiating the wedding then.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Jakul
there
could
you
do
go.
it as
Wedding
well.
party.
Yeah.
I feel like Jakul would be a much better officiant.
And I cast bless on both of you with holy power.
Consecrate.
Consecrate your marriage.
Protection from evil.
Yes.
It does give them a bonus to AC though, which we may or may not want.
You win some, you lose some.
Just
We'll jump
douse the
over
boat
to-
in holy water.
We'll jump over Jackal. The church. The door is currently slightly open, and there's a light coming from inside.
Going in. I kind of, check to make sure it's not actually going to fall down if I step in.
No. Inside, you can see there's probably 20, 25 corpses inside as well. Mixture of coffins and makeshift coffins for them.
Is the shrine still standing? The one
Yeah,
that
you feel as if you have entered holy ground as you walk in.
Okay. How far did that extend? Because it had extended quite further.
Yeah, no, about the same distance still.
Okay, so it's still consecrated. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But apart from that, there's nobody else in here.
Okay. I'll kind of walk to the altar, like kind of looking around, and then I'll kind of like get to the altar and kneel, say a prayer to Saint Markovia, and thanking her for keeping this consecration going and protecting the people, and say a prayer to Soon, thanking Soon for allowing me to help Markovia and help the people here and all that.
Good.
In time.
Jackal would be very aware that there wasn't really another priest to take over, so the chances are all of these bodies have probably had nobody say last rites on them.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Once I've done like the prayers, I'll like take it upon myself to start doing that. I'll like say the last rites for everyone who's in the church, definitely, and then I'll like kind of make a note that I'm gonna be after I've done that, I'll go back, regroup, and then I'll go off and say the last rites for everyone else whose bodies have been laid out. But, I'll make a note of that.
Every single one of them has the head cleaved off.
Jeez.
A lot of them have got wounds and other bits on them, but every single one, the head has been severed.
That would have been like post-death?
You think so?
Or, yeah.
You think so?
Make sure there's no turning. Yeah.
It's a real variety of wounds and bits and bobs on them. It looks like some animals, small and large, weapon wounds, bite marks, or a real variety of injuries have killed these people as you have a quick look through and say your last rites on them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take my time doing that, and then once I've done that, I'll make sure that what's left of the church is stable and not going to fall down any moment, and then head back to the inn where I know everyone's going.
Cool. In the inn, give me a perception test, Mr. Outside the Inn, please. Oh, you're muted.
Outside the kitchen?
Yeah.
11, but I have got the door wedged open, so...
Yeah, but he's tricksy as.
Yeah.
You can hear this flamboyant carnival master of a jester slightly over the top and just in conversation, but you can only really hear his voice. There are some pauses at time to time. You can't see in, can you? You're just listening in.
Still muted.
I'm just listening.
Okay.
Isn't Bronwyn in the room?
Like, yeah, I'd like to think that Bronwyn would have like checked that no one was like literally stood in the doorway.
Yeah, so, if you want to. Yeah.
Considering what I know, I think she would have done at least a cursory check.
Yeah, you would see Elian.
Elian will silently give her this look of...
No, she'd be okay, I think, with Elian. It's probably more like Casimir and Padrina, that
they seem to be just not paying too much attention and just sat.
Yeah. She'd clock Elian and sort of accept it and and then head back on through into the kitchen.
Are the rooms upstairs other than the family's rooms and the ones that we have previously rented?
Upstairs, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In between his voice, you can see he keeps the smile up, but his voice changes to this very low, directed voice at you when he's quite close to you. Ah, so it looks like you are some kind of master hunter. Yes, you enjoy swinging from trees, I assume. And that's what you would hear outside. And the low bits you will not hear, Elian. Why are you here?
I was told she would be keeping her voice like she'll take her cue from him and keep the voice very quiet. I learnt about the werewolves. That's what called me here.
Ah, there are many, many beasts out there in the wild that can attack you in Barovia, so you must be very careful. You know far too much. Tell me why I shouldn't kill you now.
Because you know what I'm capable of. Are we not better together? Or are you just going to run away again in the night?
You've travelled from where? The mountains, you say, and Kresk. Such a long way to come. Surely you will not be staying in Valaki for too long. It sounds like you have many places that you could be rather than here. He can read you like a book. And if he can read you, he can read me. And all of this is for nothing. Tell me why I shouldn't kill you now.
Because I won't let you, for a start.
Yes, that's a very good one. Was it Bronwyn? Yes. Ah, you should contemplate a career similar to mine. You do know how to make me chuckle.
She will,
What have you told the others?
Nothing. As she's talking, like she's quite purposefully just like sort of pulling back the cloak to just show just how many things, how many knives, how many various poison, alchemist fire she's got at her disposal. Should she need it. They know nothing.
Then what do you suggest?
We've worked well in the past. Together. I am an asset, not an enemy. We have a way in. Maybe we can be your distraction.
You'll need to find a way to shield your mind from him. Otherwise he'll know.
Can you teach me?
There's not enough time. I don't think you're good enough to learn. Look, some food which I found. Well, I do believe some people would maybe call this food. It should be good enough for the orc, at least.
Oh, he's a piece of work. The girl, Katrina, be very wary.
You see his practiced smile grow even larger, as if he is actually smiling. Really?
Really? So I'm sure I didn't need to tell you that.
Well, let us make our way back.
I'll go and stand next to Constance.
They had a secret conversation between themselves. That they were talking, but picking it out was very challenging.
Yep. And I'll just ask Bronwyn later.
So again, the Great Rictavio looks reasonably old, 50s, maybe 60s, classic kind of Cardinal Master type of chap. As he makes his way through these outlandish clothes. And has rustled up some food. It looks like kind of dried fish and pickled bits and bobs and stuff like that, mainly. It's an odd assortment of meat and random bits.
So, have you been staying here long? Rictavio, was it?
Yes, the Great Rictavio. I've had a few errands to run. Some people wanted entertaining. Things like that.
Oh, you're an entertainer?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Travelled far?
I'd like to think so at times.
And the rest of the time?
Not so much.
Oh. So what's the most outlandish place you've been? Other than here?
I was once in a Fey court. Have you heard of those? No, of course you haven't. Let me try and explain it to you.
Small words, if you please.
Sorry, what?
Small words. I don't understand the big ones.
No. an ancient Fey queen put out a prize for the greatest entertainer of them all. So, of course, how could it be a competition without the great Rictavio there?
Bronwyn laughs.
I didn't realise we'd got to the funny bit.
So all of the entertainers from all of the lands made their way, but secretly I could tell something was afoot. Deep down, the Fey Queen hated entertainers. She despised them for what they were. And I learned this fact about her. But I put on such a performance, such a tumbling display of wonder and brilliance, that I melted her heart. And since that day forward, not only did I win the competition, but I saved all the entertainers who went to the Fey Court, because I believe she planned to kill them all.
What was the prize?
Well, there wasn't really a prize, because you see, she was going to kill everyone, and the prize was I got to live, and as did all of the other entertainers.
Oh. Oh. You'd have thought that'd at least have been some kind of medal.
Yes, it's a shame that, you weren't there instead of me. Anyway, enjoy the food.
I'd have got a medal.
I believe you would have got something, but maybe a medal, yes, we'll say that. I'm afraid this is all I could rustle up.
It looks fine to me.
Did Constance go upstairs?
No, I was just inquiring from my
No,
own,
okay, no.
you know.
I was going to call you down for dinner.
Yeah.
Has Jakul got back yet, or is he still?
As food is broken, Jakul, you would finish. You can see some lights coming from the inn. How long does Blacksmith team stay with Blacksmith?
I want to stay until the boy can't do anymore.
Nice. Red?
Yeah, same. She'll stay
can you
until
both just give me a proficiency roll? You can, if you're just pumping Hunter, if you're just being the muscle, so proficiency bonus is just +3. But if you're using athletics just to keep the furnace hot and doing that side for him, just give me that and we'll see how you fare.
This is where I roll really badly and I break the fucking...
18. 18.
Nice, yeah. You're both pretty helpful, actually. Surprisingly so. Yeah, and the silvered arrowheads between you, you start knocking them out.
Nice.
After you've had some food, Petrina. Oh, Casimir. If I am to be a queen to these people, I think it is important we win their hearts and minds. Go. Protect them this night. Do it for me.
Are you?
He kind of looks around thinking she's joking for a second. And then she's not. Seriously, you want me on the wall? Oh yes, Casimir. You have that big golem. Right.
I mean, you both studied the spellbook this morning, didn't you? Sure, I saw that. I mean, we are but simple folk here in Valleki. We might not be able to draw a comparison between your brother and you if you're intent on ruling us as queen.
But Casimir's spellbook is so basic. So rudimental. You can see him like like the vein on the top of his head starting to pulse slightly.
What do you think, Casimir? Is your basic spellbook up to the challenge of defending the walls tonight?
You can hear the uneasy shuffling of heavy golem feet from outside the tavern. Fine. I will not need to stay on the wall for long.
Well,
you can see the pain this is causing Casimir, who's like spoken to all of you about hiding your power and what you can do.
Do you not wish to maybe go with him, Petrina, and make a demonstration of your power and largesse to the people that you will have as your subjects after your wedding?
No. It's
beneath
more
you?
important for people to never truly know how strong you are.
Well,
Isn't that right, Casimir? Yes. Fine.
If it's important for people not to ever truly know how strong you are, why are you sending Casimir?
Well, because I know how strong he is.
Oh, I know, but nobody else does. I mean, he's not demonstrated his strength.
Well, now is his chance.
But
soon he will not need to.
But you just said that was a bad thing. So
I'm
a little...
For me, yes, but...
Oh, just for you?
Yes.
Right. Okay, good. Yeah. Good to be clear on where these things lie.
When I show what I am capable of, I would prefer it to be my own spells. Not... As she kind of locks eyes with Casimir. Borrowed and stolen powers from others.
Do you know where your spellbook is, then?
I'll find it. Fine, sister. I'll keep the walls safe. He gives you a nod. Stands up with a screech because he just pushes the chair back and sulks his way outside and clicks his hood up.
Do I arrive at this time?
Yeah, you'd see him sort of coming out muttering under his breath in your cloak, Jackal. And as he just starts walking and the golem just starts walking alongside him.
I'll give him a nod and a little salute, I kind of wave.
He doesn't even acknowledge it, really.
Alright.
He's in a grump.
I'll get to the inn, I'll kind of open the door as I knock on it, and just opening it and coming in.
Hi, Jackal.
Yes.
Tonight has been full of interesting conversations.
There's the remains of the spread food and some other bits.
I'll kind of, but while standing, like, take a bit of a bite and say, seems there's been a lot of death in our absence, and no priest to lay them to rest properly. I believe I will take this upon myself. I will leave you for a time and return when I've done what I can.
How long are we talking?
Depends how many bodies there are, but possibly most of the night.
Well, try not to wear yourself out too much. I don't think Hunter's going to want to wait longer than tomorrow.
I'll try and get at least some sleep tonight, enough to not exhaust myself.
Okay.
Is there even anywhere
we
to
can
lay
help?
them to rest? Sorry, Bronwyn.
I was just asking whether we can help in any way to speed up the process.
There's not much space for the bodies themselves. It is more a matter of laying them to rest in spirits, last rites, and offering a prayer.
Thinking practically, is this something that will... Is this something that you're doing to prevent these things coming back in any way, or is this something you're doing to...
It's a noble cause, but is it needed?
Exactly.
From what my knowledge of last rites, like, does it actually offer any actual protection, or is it just kind of as a ceremonial thing?
Because
traditionally it's to send their soul to heaven or to their god, but you know for a fact that their souls go fucking nowhere here.
Yeah.
It's going to be mainly ceremonial.
Okay.
I think it may be better served if we did a big old funeral to put them all to rest in one go at some point when we don't have to do something else. But then their numbers are only going to be added to tonight.
You have a point. I will not. I will still. I feel I must do something though. I will do as you suggest. I will do a mass last rites for those bodies in groups, and that should not take me long. And then I will come back to rest, and we can decide on some sort of patrol for.
If you want to do something helpful, I nod my head towards the bottles of water that are in line to be made into holy water.
That does make sense. All right, I'll help you with that then.
Shall I hand you one to take with you?
All right.
Holy water would be useful.
Yeah.
Seeing as I smashed
praying
half of my supply.
It's a ceremony is a different spell, isn't it?
Ceremony is a spell that's available to paladins and clerics. But it's from the extra deck of.
Yeah, I don't have it prepared, so I'd need to spend a long rest to get it prepared.
Oh right, okay.
Could you do it in the morning?
It was a ritual.
It is a Let me just.
Is it a ritual? So.
It's a 1 hour long.
You might be able to spend some time doing it.
All right.
Do you not need to have the spell?
I think you still need to have it prepped.
Yeah. Right, I don't know how ritual casting works for clerics off the top of my head. You might actually need to have it prepared. You just don't use the slot if you cast it as a
ritual.
As a ritual.
I thought that's how it worked.
After a couple of hours, Vargas, this plump, overweight man who seems to have the world on his shoulders, slightly slumped now, makes his way round.
Greetings, Baron. Come in. Take your weight off for a spell.
I don't know what your friend's doing out there. But it's quiet tonight.
Which friend?
A purple dragon.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah.
They're useful friends.
I'm gonna take some people off the walls and let them rest.
Tomorrow we'll start our hunt for the werewolf pack.
Could do with resting myself.
If
you need anything, let me know.
We'll collect some silvered weapons from the blacksmith on the way out. That should do us.
I need to ask you a favor.
What's the favor?
Bring back my sister's brother.
Are you not your sister's brother?
Wife.
Oh, sorry. Bring back my wife's brother.
Bring back.
Here you are.
Found him.
He was a good man. I didn't do well by him in the end.
What happened to him?
He kind of looks at you, semi-surprised.
He's Father Lucian.
Oh.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh.
I see. It's a
Last we saw of him, I believe Strahd had taken him to a visit to his castle.
Oh.
Is our intention to be going to Strahd's castle in the future?
For the wedding.
Yes, we've all been invited.
Well, in the future, and if we can, we will. I promise we will try and help him if he is still alive.
Needing some assistance to make his way back here. Yes.
Yes.
Centuries ago, Strahd wished to marry me.
She turns on like full smoky eyes.
And the ceremony was interrupted. I believe that is what drove him to some of his madness that you've seen now. But my brother has saved me, brought me back. Now, was it Baron Vargas? While my brother defends your walls, I will melt your Dark Lord's heart. Bring him back.
Yes, Petrina. I have much to discuss with Vargas. I'll kind of like put my hand on his shoulder. Talk with me. I will lay your people to rest at the mass last rites. I'll kind of half drag him out, like try and stop the conversation.
as she's talking, he kind of looks confused and like squints and looks at her.
Oh, sorry, you haven't been introduced. Baron Vargas, may I introduce Petrina? Petrina is Casimir's sister and a dusk elf wizard of some renown. Well, actually not renown, some power, some unquantified power so far, who is affianced to Count Strahd von Zarovich.
I see.
He came back.
Right.
With us. In several different ways.
Yes, but...
Well done. You've done well here, I think.
Yes. I'll put my hand.
Definitely done well.
I'll still be trying to lead him out and say we have.
If this is, he kind of pushes against you for a second.
Yeah.
If this is true, then I must insist that you stay in my house tonight. We have a spare room for you for such occasions.
She gives a small nod and starts getting up and yeah.
Perhaps you have some clothes that are more appropriate for her as well.
Definitely got that.
In that she's still in like a cloak and bugger all else, right?
I made her some makeshift clothes.
She's got like
clothes.
This kind of dodgy shirt thing going on.
Hey, she was impressed enough with my thing. She wanted me to make her wedding dress, so it's something.
Isn't Baron Vargas's house the one with the wedding? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Murder mirror.
And murder mirror.
And the lovely, lovely mirror. Yes.
Can Bronwyn and Vargas gives you a wink which makes all of you think there's something to this. As she kind of makes his way past him, can you all give me any kind of knowledge to do with monsters that you may or may not have? Bronwyn, you will know this.
Okay.
No, everyone give me a insight.
Insight.
Oh, I'm really bad at
please.
insight. Why isn't there a monster hunting roll?
16.
20.
Mine hasn't rolled. For some
How did I
reason.
get a 16? Bad.
You rolled a 12. You rolled a 4.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, crit.
Oh, crit.
No.
Phew.
Nice.
I didn't want to fail the monster hunting roll.
Bronwyn, you put together that it's been a while since anyone has stayed in this house, and that the whole vampires crossing a threshold is totally a thing.
Okay.
And Vargas has just,
he's
after hearing this,
He's
said, "Oh, you should definitely come and stay in my house then."
Except he's just invited.
Invited her, yeah.
But not Strahd.
Okay.
Magical. I got there.
Yeah, he'll start making his way out with anyone who goes out with him.
I'll go out with him. Just
yeah.
Kind of give him
I'll delay Patrina ever so slightly so that Vargas and Jakul go outside, and Patrina and I just have a brief conversation at the door.
You could help her gather her things.
Yes.
Small talk.
Yeah, as we kind of go out, I'll kind of give a little whisper to Vargas. Obviously a little deluded, but maybe an opportunity to get to the castle, obviously.
Yes. He'll be distracted during the wedding.
Yes, perhaps we can rescue your sister's brother.
If my brother-in-law is alive, you could use the distraction to get him out.
Yes.
Don't do anything stupid in there. Too many people have gone up there and none have come back.
We will do the best we can to help as many people as we can, given the situation. We will see what the situation is.
We need to rebuild. And we need you more than ever now.
We will definitely try to stay alive. And we will deal with your werewolf problem tomorrow. We will help to arm you, help to train you. And
beautiful timing, as you say, will help you with your werewolf problem tomorrow. You hear a howl in the distance, which within seconds is immediately followed by an extremely bright flash of light.
No.
And then a cheer from the wall.
Whoa.
That's my sky dancer.
The flash of light come from outside the wall or come from the wall to the outside of the wall?
It started on the wall and went outside.
Oh, Casimir.
Or is it Sir Istval?
He's actually doing something.
It was bound to happen sooner or later.
Yeah.
Was it though?
Yes, we will deal with them. Permanently.
Remember, Casimir has a negative.
That werewolf is not quite good.
Oh, yeah.
And that was the end of Sky Dancer.
No!
So we can't have more dead horses. No more dead horses. I can't handle it.
Sky Dancer's my buddy. He loves me.
As you, Katrina makes her way outside and goes with him.
I shut the door very firmly.
As in the blacksmith, it gets to about midnight, and the blacksmith you can see is just dead on his feet.
I think now would be a good time to stop.
Oh, all right.
How many things have we managed to get through?
Ooh, you've got probably about 40 arrowheads and maybe about 6 spearheads. You've done pretty good. No, he's kind of inspecting the quality of them briefly. It looks pretty solid work.
I hand him a short sword. Before you go to bed, can you silver this?
Yes, yeah.
I can help as well, and
We'll stay here for it.
yes, we'll stay and help. I could also very much do with my spearhead being tipped as well.
Isn't your blood spear already magical?
It is, but it would do extra, wouldn't it, with silver?
Just not resistance.
Okay.
It's they don't take extra damage, they just take less. He kind of looks at your spear and is like...
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Got some silver arrows. Just saying.
Yeah, he does one last sword with you guys. Let me just... where are my dice at? Where's my dice at? I'm gonna roll on here. Just a straight D20, we'll see how good he is. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Hey, Soul of Space, you got perfect timing.
And I left him.
That when he was very, very, very tired.
Can I use my lucky trait?
No.
Yeah, I'll do it.
He starts hammering away, getting it ready, and as he's got it on, he like misses one of his strikes, and it shatters and breaks the sword on the edge of the anvil.
Oh no!
As he's just preparing the blade.
Hannah will kind of just give him a look, and then
his head drops. I'm so sorry.
Go to bed.
Thank you for all the work you've done. It will help a lot.
He looks over to the younger girl who's asleep on the floor. Sister. She's like just slept through the last 4 hours. Sleep here. Don't let the furnace go out. I'll be back. And makes his way away. And goes back in the inn. You're joined by blacksmith posse who are sweaty, sooty. Hunter has like that deep charcoaly wood smell to him, and as you enter, you feel dirty, both of you, from the sort of heavy work that you've just done. As you look at your clothes, and as you start walking towards the inn, it's late. It's probably about 11 midnight. The cold air hits you from leaving as you've got this kind of underlying sweat to your skin, as a small shiver just goes down your spine. But it's not too far to the Blue Water Inn, and you can see lights coming from inside. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you, Johnny.
Go straight in.
I don't know where I'm going, so I'd follow Red.
Yeah, Red will go first, and Red will go straight in.
Yeah. Did you guys? Did you eat all of the food, or did you leave some?
Could have left some.
We leave some, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Red,
just to check,
seeing food on the table, Red will immediately go over and grab like something that looks like meat and just start tearing into it.
Hannah will walk up to the bar where there's bowls of water and crack one open. Well, no one's told me that is.
Well, I mean, how
they haven't
I mean,
been blessed
that's fine.
They haven't holified it yet.
That's just normal water.
Yeah.
Okay, just water.
And then pours some on himself, like over his head.
Yeah, the sort of muddy water just runs down you onto the wooden floor inside here. And those of you who were like packing up with Erwin remembered how he wanted to leave it in good condition. It's just out the window instantly. It's just kind of like mucky water everywhere now.
Hunter, if you want to wash, we can get you warm water.
Cold is fine. Where's the well?
Outside.
He goes out.
Can you not help us if that isn't too much of a problem?
They both look proper tired. They've worked hard.
Yeah, sure.
What do you need?
They want to be clean.
Cleaning.
Okay. There's a well and there's water. I can bring the bath down for you. The tub.
Up.
As you see Hunter walking like through the kitchen, you see that he started already taking his clothes off, and it's like just.
Hunter, they don't like that here. Hunter, they don't like that. I've learnt that.
All I can hear is we need some Hunter and Red in a bathtub art done.
Like bubbles everywhere, just like.
Both like.
Jackal like throwing soap at them is like.
So, just to check, the only NPC we have left in the inn at the moment is the Great Rictavio.
Rictavio.
Yes, it is indeed.
Okay.
You get cleaned up. It's chilled. You get some food and you get some water in you. While you're doing that, Rictavio is locking the door and putting the bar against the main front door in.
So I don't have the ritual spell prepared, but I have like bless. So I think
we'll say you can sacrifice for it because you've not really used any spells. So we'll let you make some holy water.
Okay. I'll take all my first level spells for it. Actually, I can burn all my spells if we're having a long rest.
We hope we're having a long rest.
Yes. Okay. All my low level spells.
Constance, you've got the leg out on show, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, it's just strapped to the top of my back.
I love
on
that
top
she's
of the
got
bedroll.
it strapped on her.
It's just like
It's just
two straps
poking
across,
out the ends.
like either
That
side
is
of the
what
knee.
I
just
want
there.
out of.
Like foot going out this side, thigh going out that side, just obviously there.
The Great Rictavio, with a big grin and smile. I feel like there may be a story behind this leg.
No, just a leg.
Yep, there was this contest thrown by a Fey Queen.
When did that happen?
It didn't.
Rictavio has been regaling us with stories.
You mean the Raven Queen?
What?
You mean the Raven Queen?
I wouldn't buy into this that heavily at all. It was a completely made up story that I was referencing. So no.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
But was it though? Was it really?
Yes, it was.
But really, was it?
It really was.
Perception, insight. Do you think he's lying?
Fire's already lit. It is lit by Casimir. I understand.
Casimir's got a diagram.
Rictavio, I feel like we need to have a private conversation. So, would you excuse us? Please.
Of course. I'll be in the kitchen.
He makes his way into the kitchen and starts humming to himself.
And that door can be a little tricky. I'll just help you with slam.
What do we need to talk about, Elian? Hunter and I are very, very tired.
Okay. So I want to check in about Strahd and cards and prophecies and what we need to do. Because I wasn't there for the reading you guys got from Madame Ava.
Me neither.
And I think one of the cards led us to the sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the one that I was given.
So I'd like to talk about the others and just see if we can work out what we have left to do before we can confront him with hope of success.
Hessia pulled the Invoker or something like that. I cannot remember very well what it indicated.
So yours was the Elementalist.
I was talking about Hessia's one.
We're trying to remember Hessia's.
Hessia's one. Oh, yes, sorry.
I remember the others very well, just not Hessia's for some reason.
Yeah.
Shame she's gone.
I'm just looking for
I can't remember it, I have to be honest. I feel like it was an Amber Temple one.
Yeah.
It was the priest, wasn't it, Hessia had?
No, she was the Invoker or something like that.
It was the evoker, and I think it might have been like somebody to help. No, somebody to help us was
It's me.
Jackal,
Yeah, dead dragon.
the dead dragon's lair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, the invoker was search for the crypt of a wizard ordinaire.
That's
His staff is the key.
So she
We've
was the
already done
staff.
that one.
Yeah.
What did we find there? We found a book or something.
No, it was a staff we found.
Staff.
No,
That
the
was
staff
the equilibrium
key.
stuff
Yeah.
The staff was the key to the cave.
to the cave.
So I guess between us, we can patch together the story of, because it was only 3 of us who went down there, wasn't it? Or 4 of us.
It was
Yeah,
It was Hessia who's not with us.
It was Hessia, Constance, and
Gabriel.
I don't think Red was there for that one. Yeah.
No, it was like minimum numbers.
Yeah.
And Hessia nearly died, like she always did. But we found
That was the closest.
we found the tomb of a wizard who'd been, I think, buried alive, and his staff was keeping him in place. It was locked into position on top of his tomb, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so Gabriel managed to take that away, and we moved the top of the sarcophagus, and inside there was this wizard who died a slow, painful death there, and from within that came a shadow, a shade, which attacked us, and then somehow underneath the sarcophagi there was a stairway going down to the safe.
So is this in character? Constance saying this?
Yeah. Like the cavern of Sergei, the brother of Strahd, and that's where we gained.
Yes, I think we all visited that cave afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is where we got. I'll kind of tap the armor on my I'm wearing.
So that's where the armor came from.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's
Some
why
other things.
Staff.
And this scabbard.
The stone for the ravens. Power stone.
Then.
Oh, and one of the stones for. Is that right?
Oh,
yeah.
Stanley,
We left it there because it's keeping the place safe.
Sorry.
Wait.
Yeah.
Sorry, John is telling me to say things and I don't remember them happening, so I'm giving a very bad rendition of what happened.
Out of character, there was the stone.
No, in character only. In character.
Oh, bloody hell.
If you can't remember, Constance can't remember.
That's all we found.
There was
a stone there. I just don't remember exactly why we left
it. Elian, this is something.
Oh no, I remember now.
Something we should probably tell you. And yes, so Erwin, it seems the reason he was banished was because one of the stones from your family's farm was gone. The keystones that kept the winery going.
I'm familiar with them.
It disappeared on his watch. We believe that he gave it to the. I'm keeping this very quiet. We believe that he'd given it to the ghost of Strahd's brother to keep a location safe from Strahd. That is the location. We found it there.
Right, and you know where this is.
We know where it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
We left it there to keep the place safe for now.
Okay.
And we will tell you where it is.
A place like that.
And the wizard staff is the key to that place.
Yes. Which we now have.
And Strahd can't get there.
Which I now
can't
have.
access.
No, have yes. So you
Strahd
can't
find them with that stone in place.
Yes. So once this is over, or there is an opportunity, you can go and return that to your people.
Yeah. Okay.
We will give you a description of the location when we are in a definite, more private.
Yes, that seems fair.
Yes, that was the one of the prophecies.
The next one was Hesia's. Was that one? Was the invoker. My one was the elementalist, which was the Amber Temple and the sword.
Right.
And then you had this card tells a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And then I believe it was you will find what you seek in the castle amid the ruins of a place of supplication.
Gabriel had the raven.
and Jakul had.
I had
The ghost.
the ghost.
This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against darkness. And
Dead Dragon Slayer. An ally will be found in the Dead Dragons.
And then I think Gabriel's was the Mother's Tomb.
Yeah.
Which we believe is Castle Ravenloft, I think.
Yes.
The Dead Dragon's lair, I assume, is that purple dragon.
Silver Dragon.
Purple. Isn't it? Oh,
Argynvost.
Istival is the purple dragon.
Istival is the purple dragon.
what were the other dragons then?
They're the silver dragons.
The Order of the Silver Dragon.
The Silver Dragon. The other Silver Dragon place.
Come on, Jakul. It should be
Knights.
very easy for you to remember.
Yes, well, there's only really one true
It's
Silver
been a
Dragon.
long. It's been a long few days. Okay.
We considered
Sounds like all of them.
the thing to do with the mother could be something to do with the Night Mother.
The more I've heard her name, the more I feel like there must be some sort of link.
Well,
She seems to have some sort of. She has a vendetta against Strahd and his creatures. She tried her best to bring me and Gabriel to her. If it weren't for Carvan appearing, she might have. I don't know what she would have done to try and convince us to join her.
Based on what you've told me of the ones you've found so far, these seem quite literal.
Yes.
So I wonder whether you may be thinking too much into it by thinking of metaphorical mothers.
You think it might literally be Strahd's?
Well, seeing as the thing
Damn,
beneath
his
a castle was quite literally beneath a castle, and
But it was
what
beneath
you've just been saying when you said the staff was a key, it literally was a key.
Yes, but
If
what
they
mothers?
say a mother's
words.
tomb, I suspect it literally means the tomb of
Do
a
we?
mother.
Do you still have the actual wording of the prophecy that was given?
I think
Yes,
Red had it
I've written it down.
Yeah.
and
Maybe
and
if you-
her
if
book
you-
can now read it out. Away.
He brings out her book, and we all look over and read it in our
Look at my
mind.
note.
What
Look
does
at
it
the
say,
note.
Adam?
Wait, let's look in the direction that it will look on the stream.
Oh.
1 second.
Where is he on the screen?
Look to the mother's tomb.
Right.
Is all it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Red, what do you mean by the mother tried to get you to join her with Gabriel?
When Gabriel and I were, well, Gabriel was turned by Strahd, and I had probably quite foolishly, in hindsight, had gone on my own to try and help a town with a werewolf problem, and I was attacked and bitten, and that werewolf was Gabriel. When I first turned, the Vistani forced the herb, it's wolfbane, so we couldn't attack. And whilst we were unconscious, we were in sort of this, we don't even know what it was, we just called it this in-between. We were neither awake nor dead nor asleep, and there was this voice trying to get us to join it, and it called itself the Night Mother, and she wanted us to embrace our bestial nature. And I could feel the power that she had, even though she was just a disembodied voice. And then the spirit of one of the mountain folk called Carvan, who I've seen before in visions, he appeared and made her go away. he seemed very adamant that joining her was a very, very bad idea.
Well,
if we had joined her, I would potentially still be a beast of the night. I don't know what would have happened.
Well, there is another form of you, like I am of Gabriel.
Like you are. I don't know where it is. I have never seen it for myself. I believe Elian saw it once.
I met her.
I have a suspicion I know where she is.
You do?
If she didn't listen to the Night Mother, then she was not trained as I was. And she'll be running rampant with the werewolves.
Makes sense.
I think we can cross that one when we come to it. She didn't seem hostile exactly.
You saw her. When did you see her?
Is she a spirit, a god? I don't have a sense of this Night Mother. You keep talking about her.
I'm not sure.
She's a goddess.
She's a goddess.
She's one of two deities of this place. She's not a benign goddess.
No, I'm just thinking still about your little prophecies.
Yes, but if she's the Night Mother, she's the mother of Strahd as well, in a sense.
Well, a goddess is unlikely.
No.
You could both argue for and against a goddess having a tomb, I suppose. People may be buried in her name, but she is unlikely to have a tomb of her own.
Well,
surely you have people like your saint, yes, Elian? This Saint Markovia.
Yes.
She was once a person, yes?
Yes.
Does it not seem logical that potentially these gods may have been people at one point?
No, they're gods.
But maybe they were once alive and have since become more.
If we're looking for a mother's tomb,
it was very specific of the mother's tomb.
Strahd had parents.
This is what I mean. I think it will be a literal meaning.
Do you know where the tomb would be if it was Strahd's own mother? Castle Ravenloft?
Yep.
Which is why we're looking in other avenues and other possibilities before jumping to that conclusion.
I'm not criticizing, I'm just...
It seems also that we are running short on time to achieve these things. If this wedding is our opportunity, and this is the opportunity we are taking, then...
She is safely protected for now.
Yes, but how long is Strahd going to wait for his wedding to start?
He can't get her.
You can at least wait another day while I am these werewolves.
Yes, so, I don't think anybody's.
Yes, the werewolves are definitely our
committed to the hunting of the werewolves.
It's a matter of what we do next. Beyond that, we have the purple dragon's lair, or the red silver dragon's dead silver dragon.
If that's where you wish to go next, then I will follow you there, Jackal.
Argynvost, is it?
Argynvost Holt.
The werewolves, I believe, are our first priority.
Yes, werewolves, we need to beat them.
And then probably a return to Kresk to recover.
Yes.
Or here, whichever is closer to the...
Yes.
They said that in the tomb of the Silver Dragon would be someone to help us.
Yeah.
I think any help we could get at this point would be better than nothing.
I don't disagree with you, but what was Sir Godfrey saying? What did he say when we met him?
He said that the knights there had gone mad, and there was a nightmare, a commander that wants to just wait out Strahd, and us trying to kill Strahd is not a smart idea.
Yeah. There is also the fact that they said their leader was killed and in Strahd's keeping. So if it was a dead silver dragon's tomb, it could be that one in Strahd's castle. Is all another possibility.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the exact wording?
Take the wedding as an opportunity to take these things from Strahd.
Yes. What was the tomb? What was the exact wording of the silver dragons? It was an ally found a silver dragon's tomb, or the dead silver dragon's lair.
In a dead silver dragon's lair.
Application.
Dead silver dragon's lair. Well,
if it says
it's
lair,
a lair,
that would indicate that the whole pack are there.
Argynvost. It would be Argynvost rather than
Argynvost Holt.
Argynvost Holt.
Because Argynvost is the name of the Order's founder.
Yes.
Is he the owner of the bones that we need to find?
Recover.
I think if we are ending up in Strahd's castle, we are not going to be leaving and coming back to it. It is a one-shot kind of thing.
We can't assume that we get 2 attempts.
No.
We can't assume that he won't try to kill us.
No.
And if as soon as we reveal
that was a given.
As soon as we reveal our hand, we are definitely our number 1 hit list.
Perhaps we can ask him for a tour of the castle.
Yes.
I'm sure he won't see to that one.
Yes. Well, first priority, we deal with the werewolves.
There is something else I would like to talk about.
Yes.
I don't know when this would be able to be done, but Carvan told me of a place in the mountains, a place of great power. I believe it may have been where the souls of those who are trapped here somehow are being kept there, or something is the source of the power which prevents them passing on. He asked me if I could release his wife.
If this place is the place where Strahd is keeping the souls of all the dead, this seems...
And you can imagine why I would have a personal stake in this.
This seems like a very powerful place to get rid of.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Bronwyn looks confused. I don't think she knows the wolf story.
Her wolf, her father, died here.
He gave his life so we could live. The least I can do for him is make sure he's able to pass on, as is the order of nature.
If it is a place where we can see souls or find the souls, maybe I'll get to have a talk with Gabriel before he passes on.
True. And if this is a place Strahd is keeping souls, it perhaps is a source of some of his power.
If ultimately we want to rid this land of Strahd, it seems a smart move to make sure that there is no way he can be trapped.
And this would also mean that, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nulls are born with no soul, correct? So this would mean that new souls could be born again.
Perhaps. But I think that there's something more than just souls being trapped here. There's also something preventing souls from coming into here as well.
It seems a worthy task, really.
Yes.
I know there are other things that we do need to do, but it is something that I would greatly appreciate.
Yeah. What was the thing that was at the mother's tomb? It said that there's the ally at the
The final showdown, I believe.
Final showdown. Well, then I guess.
Sorry.
I guess that is the end, the final goal. Then be the final fight. Perhaps that is where Strahd himself retreats to.
What were the exact words, Adam?
In the mother's tomb. The first bit was... Bear with me. The enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. And then it was... Look to the mother's tomb.
Okay.
Perhaps this is where his coffin is as well. Perhaps this is where he goes.
Maybe he lies next to his mother and father.
Yeah.
The family vault, perhaps.
Yeah.
We will need to find that anyway for when we make our move.
Hopefully it's well signposted.
Yeah. If he
I'm
gets
sure,
killed,
I'm sure
and then
he's
comes
left a
back.
signpost.
Yeah. This
Oh,
is
we
the way.
clearly have a map, don't we, from that castle you destroyed?
Yeah.
It is a
Yes, I
shame
think
that
we can isolate possibilities. Yes.
Yeah, I'd kind of spend. When we are intending to go to the castle, we can spend some time poring over the maps. I'll take a bit of time now to kind of look over the maps, but yeah.
I think it's a good idea if we all get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
As you
fast tomorrow.
As you say that, Constance, the door opens, and the great Rictavio walks in with a smile on his face. He looks to you, Bronwyn.
Ah. Do you trust these people, Bronwyn?
I do.
Bronwyn, do you know this man?
She's just going to purposefully look at Rictavio, assuming that he was about to say something further.
Kind of
well, he
weighs
called
up.
her a bitch, so I think.
Yes, does that mean she's all
Treats everybody like that.
But he did that thing that people do where they don't want people to know that they're saying something. They don't move their mouths.
Mm-hmm.
What were you about to say, Rictavio?
He kind of divers for a second, and you can feel he's contemplating something. As he steps in, it looks as if he's taken a hat off that doesn't exist. And as he does, like cards tumbling down and the colours of them changing, you see tumbling down how he looks. He ages. He's definitely in his 60s, maybe even 70s. Although he stands still tall. He's still got silver hair, but it's styled differently now. He's wearing glasses. The colour from his eccentric clothing fades away, and you can see he's wearing very well fitted leathers with a high collar. You can see a couple of necklaces around him that sit inside this. It looks like the leather he's wearing isn't just for warmth, but also for armour, as it comes down him into quite a long cut. He's wearing dark trousers underneath it and high boots. And as the air sort of shimmers around him, you can see he's walking on a cane as well. The smile is gone from his face, and there seems to be a permanent scowl across one half of it.
Don't say anything, Bronwyn. You'll give the game away, you stupid bitch.
I believe we have not been introduced. Jack will have his hand on his axe.
Why do I feel like I was able to do that?
Bronwyn, there's no way your mind would have been able to resist his. You would have given me away eventually, and you knew far too much.
You're going to just kill us all?
No, he's not going to kill us all.
We've come a long way. I can help you.
And
who are you? Haven't told us who you are yet, have you?
My name is Rudolf van Richten.
We don't know that name.
He looks at Constance.
Maybe you've read some of my books.
It's the monster slaying book, isn't it? It's the author of the monster slaying book that you've got.
What, the kids' book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter. Now, I will give you information, but there is something you will tell me. Did you take that leg by force? Or did you find it?
I found it, but I was looking for it.
Where and why?
The Wizard's Tower.
Why?
The rubble of the Wizard's Tower. Because I wanted to know if she died there.
How long ago?
Today. Are you acquainted with her?
In a way, I didn't know she was here.
Funny how that happens.
Fate has a cruel sense of humour.
For what it's worth, I checked the area. Wolves have been there. She may still be. Who knows? She might be alive.
She seemed to have been dragged off by the werewolves.
I see. Bronwyn's here, she's here. Who else is going to turn up from my past?
Hopefully no one.
Why were you disguising yourself as an entertainer?
Said that the resident lord in these lands slumbers at times. It sleeps for great periods of time. Almost lets the world repair itself. One last hunt. The greatest of them all. The vampire lord himself, Strahd von Kalovich. One final notch. I just needed to wait for him to slumber. For a while, I couldn't work out why he was so active. What could be interesting him in the lands? I did my best to bore the shit out of him. There was nothing going on, nothing worth his time, nothing worth him investigating. And then look who shows up. Some big goddamn heroes show up. Fuck the lot of you. Then the worst of it, one of them knows who I am. One of them who would give me away in a heartbeat if she was within a mile of him. You stupid bitch.
How about you get
You
a
have
grip?
not changed, have you?
I've been alive for 5 days, maybe 6. I don't know who you are.
He is a monster hunter.
And if I would have found you first, you would have been alive for but a heartbeat, lad.
Hannah will grin. His wolfish smile like he usually has when someone threatens him.
As you grin, he pulls his cloak back, and you find it very uncomfortable to look in his direction. You find it really awkward. Just to look at him is hurting your eyes, and he grins back at you. If you want to look at him, I'll make you do a save, but it's uncomfortable to look at him.
I want to look at him.
Yeah, give me a willpower save, Flo, please.
Will, yeah? Oh, God.
Wisdom.
Wisdom, sorry.
Wisdom. 11.
It's you can't look at him. You have to divert your gaze from him. It's that uncomfortable.
Yep.
Wow. What's under his cloak for the rest of us?
You don't see. He literally just kind of pushes it back and puts a hand. You see some charms and bits hanging from him.
Well, these people have come into Barovia, and they have done their best to help
Yes.
Suffering people of Barovia. You have come into Barovia, and you've decided to hide. So,
Elian, can I pause you there and just tell you now? This is not worth it.
The Elian.
You will be...
Let us rise up and fight Strahd, Elian.
Yep.
Well, how did that go for you, lad?
Why is it everybody we meet decides...
You say that I've done nothing.
I'm still
You
talking.
say that the people have not been protected by me, but look at the deaths on your hands.
Cool.
I'm tired. I have been working for the past few hours in the blacksmith. I want to go to bed. I don't care about this conversation anymore. I don't know who you are. Stay or go, but I'm going to go to bed. Elian, do you want to come to bed? You look angry.
Yes, and on the way we can talk about context.
Thanks. Red is going to start going up the stairs and going to bed.
Alright. I assume there's a reason you revealed yourself to us, as you said that you did not wish to be revealed. That
Because
means
he doesn't trust me to keep his secrets.
Yes, but Strahd is not a mind reader.
What?
As far as I know. Is that a misconception? Is he actually a mind reader? If he is, he's a very good actor. So we've had very many thoughts about him, and he's been surprisingly friendly throughout.
My understanding is not only is Strahd some kind of dark vampire lord, but there's something more to him, something darker.
Yes.
Have you read none of my books?
Oh, we actually found the source of his power and found out how he turned, so I guess we know a bit more than you.
And to answer your question, yes, I have read one of your books. It wasn't very well written.
Oh, hit him where it hurts.
Bronwyn would visibly flinch at that, I think.
It was like a kid's book on how to deal with monsters,
Totally.
right?
Yeah, totally a kid's book. It literally was a book aimed at kids. You recognised it was aimed at kids, but there were, from your knowledge, there were truths to it. Yeah, for sure. It was like aimed at laymen.
Sure.
I'll help. I've got no choice.
You'll help with what?
God.
The werewolves? Or the whole lot?
Strahd himself.
Just Strahd.
Red will shout from upstairs. That's all we needed to know.
Well, any help is good help, and if you are who you say you are, and Bronwyn recognizes your skill, then help would be welcome.
Perhaps you could give us a demonstration when we go to deal with the werewolves.
Not going with you to the werewolves.
Why not? Clearly you have some skill in the area. And I'll point at, I'll gesture at what he did to Hunter.
Because he's needed on the wall just in case we fail.
Would you say, sorry, Hunter?
He's needed on the wall just in case we fail.
You haven't seen him on the wall? Has he at any point fought on the wall?
Nope.
He's not fought to protect these people at all.
Not as himself.
From what we see of him, he's in the pub. And now that this is empty, he's wandering the streets. He's not revealing himself in order to help at any point.
Are you intending to keep yourself hidden until the last moment? Strike a blow at Strahd?
Disguise yourself as somebody else if you must. Keep Rictavio here looking after the bar. and disguise yourself as one of the hunters that we met.
I don't have enough time to practice what's needed. I take on another life. He'll see through it. Once he knows I'm here, not a stone will be left unturned. You think innocent people died when Elian led an uprising? If Strahd learns that Rudolf van Richten is in Barovia, he will burn Barovia to the ground to find me.
So what is it you intend to do? You seem to have a plan. Will you join us with the wedding? You can be our entertainment for the day.
The wedding will work. You'll be distracted.
Bronwyn's just thinking back to that time half an hour ago where she suggested that they were a distraction for him. She's going to give herself a point for that one. Even if no one else heard it.
So we distract and you infiltrate the castle, or you join us in our infiltration?
We need to find his crypt within Ravenloft. We need to find where his casket is before we battle him. I'll be there.
Okay. Then we can be that distraction. If you believe you can sneak into the castle while we prepare the wedding, we have maps of the castle. We have found much more information than you, it seems, in all your years here, and we are willing to divulge this information to you.
What would be particularly helpful to us in return is if you give us some degree of guidance in dealing with werewolves.
Can help you with that, if Bronwyn can.
I was going to say, I am here.
This is my plan. We let the wedding go ahead. We don't interrupt or stop it. You find where his crypt is within Ravenloft. I go with you. I wait by it. Then when he turns her, which he will, we find some way to get her to come out to see her brother. And you kill her. You take something from Strahd that'll drive him into such a rage he'll come out and meet you. You stand no chance of killing him in Ravenloft. Maybe outside you do. You beat him.
It's a maze.
You beat him out here. He'll go back as mist to his crypt, thinking he is safe to do so. I'll be waiting.
Why would it be easier to beat him outside than within?
Needs time to return to his crypt.
Yes, but outside of the crypt and within.
A vampire fighting inside of their fort, inside their lair, inside their castle, is considerably stronger. A vampire as strong and old as Strahd. Who knows how strong he'll be inside there? Strong enough to kill an army that's been sent to kill him. Strong enough to destroy an ancient wizard who's been sent to kill him. Strong enough who's been sent saints to kill him. Never mind you. If it wasn't for me, Bronwyn would be dead by a mere vampire.
I was wondering whether you were going to bring that up.
I've got the scar to remind me, don't worry.
I've got the years of hunting for you to remind me.
And look how strong you're because of it. That's my plan. The werewolves are your problem, they're nothing to do with me.
Well, if you are so sure that you can end Strahd in this way, if you can get to his crypt, find
Once
his
I
crypt,
know where it is.
shall we go over the maps together then? See possible locations, and they may not be up to date, but it is something, a starting point.
We'll need to know for sure. Unless it's too much of a risk that you'll be able to beat him twice. Even if you meet him out here, the chances of you beating him are slim. And the chances of all of you surviving it, nil.
When do you think you'll have his wedding?
When we're ready.
So we delay it.
We train.
At the moment, he can read you like books. One of mine. He'll know our plans in seconds.
I need to rest. I fight werewolves tomorrow in their lair.
We will strengthen ourselves as much as we can in the time that we have. We have seems opportunities to gain more power, to gain more help, allies.
You can provide no help, no training to block our minds to him. Are there any spells, anything we can use?
The mage who went with Elian. He still lives.
He lives. On
I've seen
Strahd's
him.
side? Turned?
No. He's gone quite mad. It's rumoured a mage of his power should be able to lock your minds.
Elian will lean over the balcony from where he's been listening to the conversation. Where is he? What do you know?
And he was a fool.
Yeah, about where he is. Skip the editorial. What do you know about where he is?
Deal with your werewolves and I'll tell you what I know.
Right.
You have to prove yourself to him first. That's how he's always been.
Cool. He looks to you, Constance.
What was your relationship with her?
He kind of eyes drift over to the leg.
That's none of your business.
The best kind of relationship to have with her.
So he starts rummaging around in a big, heavy leather bag, sort of like postal satchel at his side. You can see there's definitely a spell book in there, and some other books. And he pulls out a scroll, wax sealed on it.
Do not tell her I am here.
Why not?
She'll try to kill me.
Yep,
Well-
still not hearing a reason.
But if it is the worst, please use this.
And he hands over this scroll to you, Constance.
Is it sealed?
You can slip it off and on.
Okay. I will open up that. I'll take the thing off and unroll it and just read the first few lines.
It's a scroll of raised dead. That's some serious gold right there.
I'll roll that up and pretty swiftly, and after reading just the first line.
Yeah, that's some serious cheddar.
Yeah.
So that's like proper resurrection.
Not quite ish.
Or
Not quite. Raised Dead, I think it's a month.
Uh,
10 days.
About 5,000 gold pieces.
Yeah, you gotta be with it. It's gotta be within 10 days though. So we've got 5 days to find a body, 4 days to find a body.
Oh, hey, cheers, old case.
okay. Well, we're going there tomorrow. Hopefully, she'll be there. If she's not dead. If she's dead.
There seems to be genuine concern in his eyes, and you don't think he was lying when he said she'll kill me.
Right.
Aha.
Probably the reason why she's lost her leg. Kinda says that out loud.
So,
your plan has weight. At the very least, you finding the tomb and killing him once we have killed him, or ending him once we have killed him, seems a good call.
How do you expect to be able to infiltrate the castle and find his
During the wedding.
tomb?
After the wedding.
But how do you intend to? Do you know the way around there? I know we've got maps, but do you have any kind of information that you're bringing to this, or are you just expecting us to give you everything you need to do it?
I'll
It's
go
worth
over the
having
maps.
Constance.
Once you're back, I'll go over the maps with...
He kind of nods towards you, Jackal.
and indicate where I think his sarcophagus could be.
And we have your word that you'll be here when we get back.
No, I won't be here.
How are you going to go over the maps with me?
I'll leave instructions on how to find me.
That
All right.
would be
Brilliant.
novel.
Gotta make some copies.
Look. This might be a game for you. You might think that you're something special, something unique. All of the stories say of countless people, countless adventuring parties, heroes of the ages, saints, mages beyond power, coming here to try and kill him, and all of them have failed. So excuse me if I don't trust you to go and deal with some werewolves and come back and not be corrupted by him. To go there and not have your minds read by him, and then come straight back here and kill me.
Fair
'Cause
enough.
if you do, I would welcome death. Because if Strahd finds me, I can guarantee you he will torture me for a long time. He will destroy me completely. You are playthings to him. You are pawns which he cares not for at all.
Do we have any more questions for this gentleman?
I am Rudolph van Richten, Monster Hunter. I have killed vampires. I have killed monsters in the night for all my life. And if Strahd learns that I am here, go about your business. Go and deal with some werewolves. And I'll see you in a few days.
You're going to be leaving. Surely you would want to take a copy of the maps before you go.
I already have.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions?
I'll put the maps away.
For the
I have
esteemed
one.
Monster Hunter.
I have one, but it doesn't really involve anyone else here. No, you're welcome to stay.
If you wish to talk privately, I'm happy to leave.
No. Where did you go? In the middle of the night.
My training was done.
Give me a insight onto him. Anyone who's paying attention?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
29.
Oh.
15.
Jakul, you don't believe he's being fully truthful.
Oh, my training was done. Excellent. I'll take that at face
No, he said
value.
his training was done.
Oh.
What training? You would leave
Rudolph.
your colleagues.
He taught me a lot of what I know. We spent some time together hunting monsters. He taught me. And then one day I woke up and he was gone. Not a word, not a letter, just got up in the night and left.
How long ago was this?
Years ago. I tried to find him, couldn't. Moved on, eventually.
Would have been simpler if I just killed you in your sleep. Tied up loose ends.
That hasn't answered my question. You just decided you were done.
Yes.
How long have you been here in Barovia?
A few months now.
You know I did okay without you. You know I'm the general now.
Who will take over from you now, though?
There's somebody standing in, but I'll be back.
Bronwyn.
What?
I'll see you in 3 days.
You see, he reaches down and puts a hat on, which kind of melds into his head, and you can no longer see it. And then the illusion of Rictavio takes over again. And he's...
Rictavio, before you go,
Yes.
Leave the keys.
No.
Yes.
Fine. He kind of slides,
You don't
chucks
get
them
to
across the
talk to
table.
us like that and then rest under my family's roof. You can find a ditch for all I care.
Very quickly, he drops the facade of the Great Victorio.
Like the armies who marched on Ravenloft.
Mention it again, I'll kill you myself. It'll take one spell.
Right, well, this has been very pleasant. There are other people I must bring joy to in this wonderful land of Barovia. Do enjoy your stay, won't you?
As he starts making his way.
I think I'll go the back way.
I'll see you out. I'll come downstairs and show him out the door and then lock it behind him.
Yep. As he's walking, he'll do a tumble over his feet, where he'll manage to get his feet tangled up as he turns and twists, and he'll cartwheel out of it, and then continue walking.
I shut the door.
Now will you do the sensible thing and come to bed?
Yeah. Again, context, but yeah. I'll just make sure we're all locked up down here.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
A lot to do with the games.
When Gabriel did that, he wasn't such an ass, was he?
Gabriel was a different kind of ass.
I don't know Gabriel, but I suspect it wasn't quite the same.
It wasn't the same. No, he wasn't. He wasn't that bad. He just sometimes was very brusque.
Victavio isn't a disguise that he just picked up one day. He meant it when he said there isn't time to come up with something else.
This is his alternate persona then.
Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Do you think he's trustworthy enough to do this?
He has dedicated his life to hunting creatures like Strahd. That will be his goal. And if we are helping him with that goal, then yes. He doesn't care for us. He cares for Strahd, for killing Strahd.
But our goals align, so...
Precisely. Whilst our goals are the same...
And he thinks that he can get more success out of helping us than sacrificing us as a distraction. I take it.
But my personal experience is that if you outlive your usefulness...
So we don't trust him then?
Trust is a complicated word, Red.
I know.
I trust that he wants the same thing we do, and I trust that he will not harm us while our goals align.
Will he leave this place after this is done?
When I tried to track him after he disappeared, I heard a rumour that he'd found some woman. It struck me as odd. He'd never seen that type, but hearing what he said about sort of gestures at the leg.
Leg.
There are clearly various things going on in his life. I don't understand fully. I only ever knew him as a hunter. And for all his all his personality flaws, he's very good at that bit. He's a strong ally to have. But he isn't friendly, he's kind, he's not warm, he never has been.
Oh, I've frozen for a second.
It was a very...
Have you?
Oh, I'm back.
Frozen.
was a tough love sort of training. Let's just put it that way. You
I'm
learn
guessing
by
you don't
being
need to worry about him
reprimanded.
for the next few days whilst we deal with the werewolf problem.
No.
The only thing we should
I may
do...
worry whether we will actually ever see him again, but I don't think we are in any danger from him.
The fact that he actually revealed himself to us, or bothered to reveal himself to us, is
Well, yes, when I spoke with him in the kitchen, I was very much left under the impression that that's the last thing he wanted, was for you to know about any of this. So,
Because he was listening to us talk.
Has anybody else lost
Twitch seems to be
Twitch?
acting up.
Yeah, my network
I'm
is
not-
going slow. Give it a second, sorry.
Okay.
It keeps freezing. Is chat still operation?
I think...
Well, we're all still chatting to each other.
Yeah,
Chat
no, it's
if
back
you
again.
were
It's
doing
back
it that
again,
way.
sorry. Sorry, we had a bit of an issue.
Hello, us.
we're all still here.
Yes.
Let's chat in two
Anybody
ways.
watching?
You should all rest. Tomorrow is going to be a hard fight with the amount of bodies they've taken.
Constance, now that you've met him and anyone else who's from the outside world who stands a chance, Constance and Jakul, just give me a straight D20, because now that Josh has settled, you may have heard some stories about him. If you've got any knowledges that you think may help, like knowledge history or anything like that.
Not
I
trained.
think I've heard
Not
some
really.
stories about him.
No, 9.
I've got an alright history, I think.
He's not really
No, I
beautiful
haven't.
enough. No, I
Could
do
you
have
maybe
history,
could
that's
you
true.
maybe do it on knowledge religion from the undead hunting angle?
I have history actually, so +3 to that 9. So
Oh, sorry.
Constance through a 17.
No, I rolled a 5 with the straight knowledge.
Okay.
I was
I rolled a
hoping
9
figure
+3
something
for
else
the
out,
history,
but-
so 12, I guess.
No, then you've not really... The name rings a bell, but you can't put your finger on anything. It might
Did I
just...
have the book, or did I give it to a random child?
You give it to a random
I
child.
feel like you gave it to a random child.
Right here, take this. It's interesting.
It's taking up
Yeah,
room in
and-
my
and
card,
they-
but I'd rather
they were
go
all
with
over
silver.
Quite
it.
a
They were-
lot of things to random
Yeah.
children.
They
over
were
the-
super
over the
happy.
There's a lot of things that are appropriate to give to random children. And
We're
it straight.
setting up the next generation to attack Strahd when we fail, you know?
Exactly.
It's all good.
Exactly.
Yes,
Here,
so
have a
here's
doll
your new
with removable
characters.
heads.
It's been 20 years, all the children you've given
A
things
bunch
grown
of
up.
Barovian kids.
That's our
with a
next
book.
campaign. We're just
Yeah.
playing those
That'd be
children.
great, yeah.
One half burn.
Yeah.
Love it.
Who
Yeah.
gets to be the weird Bastani girl?
I want to be backwards
Oh,
head
yeah.
doll child, please.
Bronwyn, your memories of him are the sort of if he thought Strahd's crypt was underneath Valaki, he would flood all of Valaki with running water so that there'd be running water going over his to kill him. But he wouldn't
mean,
tell
that's
anyone in
pretty cool,
Valaki he was doing this in case any of them were working for Strahd. Where it is his whole mentality is it's how can you accuse me of evil? Look at what I've stopped. Look at what evil this could have done. That's his whole
Yeah, hence saying trust is a complicated word.
Yeah.
I know it was Arabella.
Price.
Was it?
I think it might have been Arabella or you gave for the toy. No, I think you gave for the book, yeah.
I think it was Arabella, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess she's quite a precocious child who might benefit from that sort of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, it's late.
Bed.
What'd you do?
spend some time consecrating more water, and then get to bed.
Go to bed.
I will cast sending before I go to bed, but I will tell you later what that is all about and give you a chance to actually think about the response.
Okay. No, well, you can send it now because they'd have as long as I've got to respond.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah. I want to send a cast sending and send a message to Mordenkainen that just says, Are you well? Are you alive? Can you answer me? Where are you?
Oh, that's the wizard.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know him.
They
broke
drop
the game.
I've name dropped him before.
Yeah.
You get no reply.
Okay. Cool.
Perhaps he's out.
It's on his machine. He'll pick it up later.
Yeah.
Before I go to bed, I will also cast Create Food and Water to make some supplies for tomorrow.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, you burn through some spells. Anyone else want to do anything? Which rooms are you staying in?
Yeah.
I'm sleeping downstairs.
So can I do my little arrow trap thing as I've done before outside the 2 doorways?
Yep.
Where you just basically plant arrows in the ground, and if anyone outside of our party tries to walk through it, they'll get pincushioned.
Oh, yeah. Huh. Where is it?
I am going to sleep right by the fire.
Is anyone keeping watch, or is everyone just going to sleep?
Oh, that's why I'm going to be downstairs.
Okay.
He's for attack dog.
Meg's going to find a bed and curl up in her cloak and go to sleep.
Urge to scratch Hunter between the ears is rising.
I'll find the cleanest bed, and then I will clean it some more and sleep there.
Someone will find a corner, probably downstairs, to be honest.
Elian, where do you sleep?
Really...
That's baller.
In a bed somewhere. He will room with either Jakul or Constance if given the option. But really, he doesn't mind as long as he's in a room with somebody else.
You call it a night. There's a nice sense of reassurance. Your first good night's sleep when you arrived in Barovia was here. Exhausted and hounded, you remember resting here in the Blue Water Inn and feeling safe. And that feeling happens again. You close your eyes and rest, preparing yourself for tomorrow. For tomorrow you hunt were-creatures. And that's where we'll leave it.
Not actually safe, is it?
Actually, just having a nice rest for once that isn't in a freezing cold tower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not getting attacked or people trying to kill us.
Yeah.
How many hours were we up and making holy water for?
Oh, I'm guessing you guys went to bed at like 1 a.m, something like that. Yeah. So it's going to be like 9-10 o'clock before you can feasibly left.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave.
Yeah, I can't.
So,
did Jakul ever finish mending Red's cloak?
I don't know. I'd tried to do it, and I don't know if it actually ever happened.
No, I don't think
it was it was on fire, and I don't know how much of it was left of the fire.
Not a great deal. She's got the new one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got the new one, but there is a reason why the old one is particularly important.
Yeah, I think we managed to salvage some of it. It's probably like a handkerchief-sized piece of it left.
There's some interesting Ghostwise halfling stuff.
So, believe it or not, I did actually use both my negatives in that. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, Constance, you
actually used my positive on that history check.
Yes.
You got 17.
I got a 17, Adam.
We're millions of episodes behind Mudaran. Millions. So this weekend I'm going to try and get us up to date.
What episode are we up on YouTube then?
Oh, I don't know.
40
48 something.
40.
Yeah,
We're nearly 10 episodes behind.
Okay,
Fuck.
so we're not as far.
10, yeah.
Oh, I've got so many to do.
That's 30 hours.
Holy
Lot of
shit.
time.
Yeah.
Kill me.
We have episode 47 up on YouTube.
Wow.
And we've just finished playing episode 56.
Oh, okay. No, I thought, yeah.
So yeah,
So
30 hours roughly that he's going to have
that
to
is
edit.
a lot of time.
Fuck.
Do we need to do slightly less gentle nagging?
I did enjoy how the gentle nagging was just sending Adam pictures of horses.
Yeah.
Really pleasing.
Catherine said insert standard nag here, so
Yeah.
Nag.
Yeah.
46 on Spotify, jeez. Okay, right. I'm going to do it this weekend. If I do it this weekend, I'm going to give myself a Pizza Hut.
Adam,
Oh,
are you going to do it?
Oh.
Are you going to do it on Saturday? Because if
Or
you do it on
Sunday.
Saturday, then we can check on Saturday night and then ramp
Nag
up
on
the
Sunday.
nagging on Sunday if it
Yes,
hasn't
nag at
done.
me all weekend. There's no
Okay.
excuse because
I want
We have
to
been given
nag you
full
tomorrow.
clearance.
I need to. Oh no, don't nag me tomorrow. I've got a million things to do at work.
Oh, I'm going to nag you tomorrow.
So thank you for everyone who joined us. We're getting there on Ravenloft. Some more plot has unfolded.
We've got more things to do.
I was worried Rudolph van Richten would never show himself, but I managed to weasel him in.
Give a nice little bit of background context to Bronwyn as well.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have done some more daydreaming and a bit of more kind of plot work on the new adventure, and I'm so fucking excited for it. Like,
Yeah. Excited
Like-
enough to try and kill us tomorrow or next week?
I think you'll be
Listen, how
okay.
excited are you?
Yeah.
Wait, that was such an anticlimax. We get to this far and then he just TPKs us right at the end.
Werewolves.
Yeah.
Werewolves in
Adam-
your faces.
Adam's just like, bored now. I want to move on.
No.
So, Watcher, the wiki's not up yet, but my plan this weekend, I've said to Sandy that I'm just going to work hard on it, and I can do the videos in the background because it takes me about an hour and a half of my PC to export one of them, and then about the same to upload. So if it's a long, but I can be exporting one and uploading one at the same time. So while that's doing that, I can be typing stuff up and then sending it across to Catherine to make it make sense, and Matt to make it make sense.
We are your editing support team.
Excellent. So we will hope so. So as per usual, hit us with an F if you want to give out a plus or a negative for next week.
Yes, F to pay respects.
Those who weren't here last week, we're working on a new campaign, and I'm going to get a wiki up, and then we're going to have some competitions where people can send in NPCs and shizzle like that, and then we'll plonk them in the game. So if you're in Chatteroony, still hit us with an F, and then you can give someone a positive or a negative for next time.
I think someone is playing a Triton.
Someone is
I
playing
am.
a Triton.
Matt is.
I am
Yeah.
actually playing a Triton. That's
Exciting.
my plan. Triton Paladin. Oh yes.
I need to double check what races
man.
are available to us.
Oh,
All
loads.
races.
You can wangle anything in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still writing the world. So whatever
Yeah.
race you're interested in,
I've got
you
a
can just insert.
I've got a better idea of the kind of character I want to play. Race is just something that I'll sort of like. I'll go, yeah, that works.
Well, it looks like it's only Mudaron who wants to give a positive or a negative
Oh no.
out of everyone ever. So Mudaron.
Oh. Yes.
Mudaron, who are you gonna pick for a positive or a negative? And then next week we've only got one. Oh, it better be me and positive. Sweet. Oh, cool. Yeah, give it a go. Let me know how you get on with it.
Yeah,
We're
good fun with that one.
gonna write some more one shots.
Yes, yes, we are.
That one shot was the spirit one.
Yes.
where you guys played the knights.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
That
that
was
one.
good fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Until
I
I
very much
failed all
enjoyed
my sword rolls.
Barbarian Squire.
Yeah, little Pell.
I like playing a bard. Yeah.
Everyone.
Everyone gets a
Everyone
what?
gets a positive or what?
Hooray!
I guess a negative.
Shut up.
I mean, if no one else joins in, then I think maybe Mudaran should just be able to do all three.
Yeah.
Are we ignoring Crumpet?
That's me.
That's
I see. I see.
You can change your name on this, can't you? Before you yes, you can edit your name.
Yay,
Constance,
Wait.
you've got a plus.
Is that a plus or a
is it
minus?
For a
Positive.
Yeah.
I'll actually use it next week.
Yay!
Awesome. Just watching everyone. Which day are we looking at next week?
Thursday.
again.
Are we back to
Thursday,
Thursdays?
yeah.
Oh, it's a Watcher, you need to change your work schedule so you can join us on
Yes.
Thursdays.
Well, the next series we'll be doing different day probably because I think it's awkward for some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can review it, can't we? For shizzle.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm confident I'll be able to smash some stuff out the park this weekend because I've got nothing else planned and I really want Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Did I?
Always a good idea. Reward yourself.
Oh, did I not show you our pizza plan? Oh, so
Treat
we had pizza last week, and we were like, oh, should we get it from Pizza Hut because Pizza Hut's right downstairs from us? And I was like, well, no, because we're not allowed to go into Pizza Hut, so we should order something in which we don't normally get.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's go for something different, a new pizza, and we ordered a new pizza, and it was fucking bad. It was so bad.
That's really disappointing when that happens.
I was like, oh, I'm so sad.
Are you allowed to say where it's from, or are you hoping for a sponsorship deal in the future?
Can you imagine if we got sponsored by pizza?
Oh my days.
That'd be the dream.
Get pizza to all of our
In the early
houses.
days of this, we should definitely be
We
sponsored
should
by
have been
pizza.
sponsored by Lidl.
Lidl
out of-
pizza.
Lidl. out of-
Little jelly beans.
Little energy drink, little beans, little.
Cloudy
so
apple
much
juice.
advertising for them.
I love this. Is my
Remember
favourite
when we
white
used to
little
share
jelly
food
bean. Yum yum
together?
yum. Anyway, check out the Discord. We'll be putting information up on there. We're looking next same time usual, 7:30 UK time next Thursday. We're getting along.
Discord link is also on the Facebook, so
Yes,
It's not
we
yet,
Discord now.
but it will be.
it will be. Yeah.
It will be.
I'll find a way to put it in the bottom as well and actually do something on.
Yeah, on our
The link that I've put up there will work for about a day. I will produce another one that is a permanent link to go in the description of Twitch, and I'll post that on Facebook as well.
And then we can look at making some rooms. We can make one for each character maybe, and yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, to check on this.
Just the inner monologue of that character.
Yes.
Dear diary.
I hate Rudolph van Richten.
Just this
Yours
arsehole
faithfully,
who just comes prancing in.
I'm surprised Elian doesn't hate any of us because
Elian
everybody
hates
else
everyone.
he's just like fuck you, fuck you.
We haven't.
Fuck you.
The difference is none of you guys have been flat out awful about the fact that Elian ended up getting a whole load of people killed.
And we did
All
save
the
you from
other
a bag.
all the other NPCs we've come
To be
across
fair,
have just
but
been
we're all like,
fuck you.
Same.
In
Yeah.
In
Everyone
Rudolph's
else's party is
defense-
pretty much like, yeah, I've killed a few people.
in Rudolph's defense, you were like, "What have you done, Mister Big Monster Vampire Hunter?" And he was like, "Well, I've not got hundreds of people
Everybody-
killed."
Well, I think
He's killed them himself, though.
You remember when that happened? Do you? That was a nice little burn. I think I deserve a plus for that. I'm gonna give myself a point of inspiration.
No, that's against the rules, Adam.
So far, my only notes are Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut as a reward only.
Yes, only as a
Yes, you have
reward.
to earn the Pizza Hut.
No preemptive Pizza Hut treat.
Okay, brilliant. Right, cheers, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
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 Bye.